Shri Krishna. Enlightening, text 19, text 20 and text 21 of chapter 13. Dhritarashtra quits home of first canto creation of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 19. Pratikriya na yasyeha kutashchita karahi chita prabho sa esha bhagwan kalah sarvesham nah samagatah. This frightful situation cannot be remedied by any person in this material world. My Lord, it is the Supreme Personality of Godhead as eternal time Kal that has approached us all. There is no superior power which can check the cruel hands of death. No one wants to die, however acute the source of bodily sufferings may be. Even in the days of so-called scientific advancement of knowledge, there is no remedial measure either for old age or for death. Old age is the notice of the arrival of death served by cruel time, and no one can refuse to accept either summon calls or the supreme judgment of eternal time. This is explained before Dhritarashtra because he might ask Vidur to find out some remedial measure for the imminent fearful situation as he had ordered many times before. Before ordering, however, Vidur informed Dhritarashtra that there was no remedial measure by anyone or from any source in this material world. And because there is no such thing in the material world, death is identical with the Supreme Personality of Godhead as it is said by the Lord himself in the Bhagavad Gita 10.34. Death cannot be checked by anyone or from any source within this material world. Hiranyakashipu wanted to be immortal and underwent a severe type of penance by which the whole universe trembled, and Brahma himself approached him to dissuade Hiranyakashipu from such a severe type of penance. Hiranyakashipu asked Brahma to award him the blessings of immortality, but Brahma said that he himself was subject to death, even in the topmost planet, so how could he award him the benediction of immortality? So there is death even in the topmost planet of this universe, and what to speak of other planets which are far far inferior in quality to Brahmalok, the residing planet of Brahma. Wherever there is the influence of eternal time, there is this set of tribulations, namely birth, disease, old age and death, and all of them are invincible. Text 20. Yen चैवाभिपन्नो अयं प्राणैः प्रियतमैरपि जनः सद्यो वियुज्येत किमुतान्यैर्धनादिभिः. Whoever is under the influence of Supreme Kal, eternal time, must surrender his most dear life, and what to speak of other things such as wealth, honor, children, land and home. A great Indian scientist busy in the plan-making business was suddenly called by invincible eternal time while going to attend a very important meeting of the planning commission, and he had to surrender his life, wife, children, house, land and wealth, etc. During the political upsurge in India and its division into Pakistan and Hindustan, so many rich and influential Indians had to surrender life, property and honor due to the influence of time, and there are hundreds and thousands of examples like that all over the world, all over the universe, which are all effects of the influence of time. Therefore, the conclusion is that there is no powerful living being within the universe who can overcome the influence of time. Many poets have written verses lamenting the influence of time. Many devastations have taken place over the universes due to the influence of time, and no one can check them by any means. Even in our daily life, so many things come and go in which we have no hand, but we have to suffer or tolerate them without remedial measure. That is the result of time. Text 21. पितृ भ्रातृ सुहृत् पुत्रा हतास्ते विगतं वयम् आत्मा च जरया ग्रस्तः परगेहमुपाससे. Your father, brother, well-wishers and sons are all died and passed away. You yourself have expended the major portion of your life. Your body is now overtaken by invalidity and you are living in the home of another. The king is reminded of his precarious condition influenced by cruel time, and by his past experience he should have been more intelligent to see what was going to happen to his own life. His father Vichitravirya died long ago when he and his younger brothers were all little children, and in due course of time, it was due to the care and kindness of Bhishma Dev that they were properly brought up. Then again his brother Pandu died also. Then in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, his 100 sons and his grandsons all died, along with all other well-wishers like Bhishma Dev, Dronacharya, Karna and many other kings and friends. So he had lost all men and money, and now he was living at the mercy of his nephew whom he had put into troubles of various types. And despite all these verses, he thought that he would prolong his life more and more. Vidur wanted to point out to Dhritarashtra that everyone has to protect himself by his action and the grace of the Lord. One has to execute his duty faithfully, depending for the result on the supreme authority. No friend, no children, no father, no brother, no state, and no one else can protect a person who is not protected by the Supreme Lord. One should therefore seek the protection of the Supreme Lord. And the human form of life is meant for seeking that protection. He was warned of his precarious conditions more and more by these words. Hare Krishna.